Hey dude, welcome back to Games on Display. It's me, Snow, and in this video, we're gonna be looking at the game Mafia Definitive Edition, which is a full remake of the classic 2002 Mafia game, featuring new voice actors and updated character models, story changes, and improved gameplay mechanics. I'll start by giving you a quick, spoiler-free overview of what Mafia is and what it's about, and then we'll spend most of the video looking at what you, as the player, can do in this game, focused on the gameplay mechanics like movements, combat, missions, and more, including how wanted levels and policing systems work, which I was surprised about.
Officer reporting some guy thinking he can push cops around. I need support.
So with all that said, it's time to put Mafia Definitive Edition on display. Mafia Definitive Edition is a third-person, open-world, action-adventure crime drama game developed by Hangar 13 and is available on all these platforms. This game takes place in Lost Heaven, a fictional city inspired by Chicago, set in the 1930s Prohibition era of organized crime.
Excellent.
It's filled with 1930s vehicles, outfits, and what feels like an immersive, lived-in atmosphere, until you play the free ride mode, where there's really not much happening. Now, in this game, you play as Tommy Angelo, a humble cab driver who gets caught up with the Mafia after an unexpected run-in with two mobsters, Paulie and Sam.
Where to? Anywhere. Fast!
Who are members of the Salieri crime family, led by Don Salieri.
You cross Salieri and his boys, you're dead.
What starts off as a simple job for the Salieri family soon pulls Tommy deeper and deeper into the criminal underworld,
Welcome to the family.
where he finds himself entangled in violent clashes with the rival Morello family, bootlegging operations, bank robberies,
Everyone down on the floor!
and other illegal activities. All while navigating stereotypical Mafia themes like power,
Damn it!
loyalty,
You abused my trust.
and betrayal.
We have a mole, Tom.
But now we're gonna look at what it's like to actually step into Tommy's shoes and play this game.
I don't want any trouble.
So let's start by looking at Mafia's traversal mechanics, meaning movements and actions.
Hold tight. I'm gonna try something.
All right, now one of the first things you'll notice is that Tommy has a sense of weight to his movements, making navigation feel grounded and realistic. And these movements include walking, running, sprinting, sneaking by crouching and taking cover, and basic parkouring, allowing you to vault over obstacles and climb up things. When it comes to driving, which you'll be doing a lot of, given that you're the Salieri family's wheelman,
You are our best wheelman.
you'll be driving different types of cars and motorcycles. When stealing cars, you can either break the car's window
Elbow goes through, reach inside, easy.
or by more elegantly and stealthily using a lockpick. And just like your character movement on foot, driving also feels heavy and realistic. So when turning or drifting, it can be difficult to control properly. But if you do it right, it's satisfying.
I'm glad.
Now, occasionally, you'll run into some goofiness, such as wrecking into building like trees type getting stuck and then your car blows up, and doing a backflip. Also, your car can run out of gas, but you can refuel like this. And finally, I tried to do it, but you can't swim. Although you can get on a boat like this, and then drive it. All right, now moving along to combat in Mafia, where you'll notice there are three types. There's melee combat, weapon combat, and vehicle combat. Like most modern games, the melee has standard combat options. You can throw hands, dodge enemy attacks, and perform takedowns, and stealthy takedowns. As for weapon combat, this game uses a cover-based shooting system, meaning you'll rely on walls, cars, and other objects for protection. And as far as weapons go, you'll be using pistols, Tommy guns, rifles, and shotguns, which can send enemies flying due to the ragdoll physics. And you can shoot at enemies while behind cover, although your accuracy will suffer. You'll also throw grenades and Molotovs.
You got that nice and good.
Finally, there's vehicle combat, where you can shoot at foes from inside your vehicle. Obviously, you can wreck into other cars. And for some reason, there's a ram ability, where you just wreck into cars with more force. But that'll do it for combat. Now, as far as missions go, Mafia takes a structured and linear approach. But what does that look like?
So what's the job?
Well, you don't explore the game world by choosing which missions you do or in which order you do them, like you would in a Grand Theft Auto or in an Assassin's Creed game. Rather, you're automatically placed into the first mission, called a chapter, and when you complete that chapter, you start the next. So without spoiling anything story related, here are some of the types of things you'll be doing in these chapters.
We got a message from Mr. Salieri.
You'll be chasing people on foot, chasing people while driving, shooting at people chasing you, tailing people without spooking them,
You think this guy behind us is a little suspicious?
As we say in the mob, if you're over 40 feet back, you ain't suspicious.
We do say that, yeah.
and of course you'll get into many different gunfights on a boat, in a hotel, a parking garage, a prison, in restaurants and bars, an airport, and a church.
Jesus Christ, Tommy. You're confessing to a shootout in a church.
Some other mission activities include collecting things like comic books and foxes, looking for a safe behind paintings,
Sure it's behind one of these, Salvatore.
rigging an upcoming race by sabotaging a race car,
It's a shame you gotta wreck it.
and then driving in that race.
They're off.
Now obviously, since completing these missions involves breaking the law, it's inevitable that you'll have some run-ins with the police. And in Mafia Definitive Edition, policing behavior is handled a little differently than you might expect.
Bring him in.
So let's break it down. Going from blatant crimes to subtle ones, here's what triggers a response from the pigs.
The cops, Tommy.
They'll come after you for attacking police officers or people using any form of combat. Firing a weapon in general, either at objects or just in the air.
Reports of gunshots.
Stealing a car
I got a report of a stolen car.
and damaging a car. But less obviously, they'll come after you for wrecking into other drivers.
Got police coming.
Driving too fast.
Got a bike going way too fast.
Wrecking into objects near people.
Some guy. Officers downtown.
Almost wrecking into people.
Some fella near you is driving like a madman.
Just holding a weapon.
Why the gun? I see
Don't
him.
report it. Please attend.
And walking too close to or up against a police officer.
Calls come in about someone aggravating patrolling officers.
causing problems. Gonna need backup.
Now, if the crime you're committing is considered a 1-star crime or less, an officer will simply write you a ticket.
Go about your day.
For crimes 2 stars and up, they'll try to arrest you or take you out. And if you want to erase your wanted level and get away from the police, similar to other games, you'll have to escape and avoid being seen by the police for a certain amount of time.
Abandon search and return to patrol.
And the best way to do that is by driving through a construction zone because they won't follow you through it and they'll be confused where you went.
Sounds like we lost the guy in Chinatown. Keep looking.
But now, some of your favorite times playing Mafia Definitive Edition will be when you can drop your friend off at a strip club,
Girls, it's me, Paulie.
Ah, jeez.
find a clown tied up in a hotel room,
What the f? I'm not even supposed to be here.
lose this race because of how hard it is to control the race car, look for a girl named Michelle,
Michelle, and today I need to speak to Michelle. Know a girl named Michelle? No, Michelle. You know a girl named Michelle? Hey, I'm looking for Michelle.
Yeah, she's the popular one.
use maps and clues to find Michelle, actually find Michelle,
You, Michelle?
and just let her go.
Let her go.
Startle someone on this bridge who's thinking about ending it and finding out they have syphilis. Additionally, look at this guy who pops up out of nowhere. Try to get on your motorcycle. Look at these guys chilling with their feet in the ground. Look at your shadow floating, and this rag too.
That thing floating.
All right, now that you know what Mafia Definitive Edition is and what you can actually do in it, here's who I think would enjoy this game.
Boom.
Well, if you want to experience a rich, linear story that takes around 10.5 hours to complete or around 25 hours to get 100% completion,
Write that one down.
you like third-person, cover-based shooters with realistic driving and an overall slower, deliberate pace, you're into mob shows or classic mob movies,
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
you enjoy strong characters that you can get invested in, like Tommy
I ain't gonna lie. Most days, we was also having a bit of fun.
or Polly.
I'm a real man too, Tom.
You're aware that the free ride mode is pretty limited, offering collectible hunting and basic side missions.
You just gotta find them. All the details are on the wall.
But you're happy with how well this remake turned out, thanks to the better graphics, improved gameplay mechanics, thoughtful story adjustments, and the new voice acting.
I know when to keep my head down. Bet you say that to all the girls.
And you can appreciate the little immersive touches they've added, like picking up historically accurate notes, the radio signal distorting when entering tunnels and improving when exiting. And of course, the believable policing systems, where the police will actually come after you for speeding and then let you go with just a ticket.
Keep your nose clean now, huh?
Then, just like me, you would say, yes, great game. All right, now if you've played Mafia 2 or 3, which I haven't, how did they compare to this game? And also, let me know if you're excited for the new Mafia game, Mafia: The Old Country, which comes out on August 8th, 2025.
Remind them of their obligations.
All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here at Games on Display.
He waltzes out of the bathroom, just starts pissing all over the joint.
Really?